Today on the channel, we got another round of those no good NECA Ben Cooper kids.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA Ben Cooper Kids unboxing and review. And today we got the latest and greatest, the latest 5 from the NECA Ben Cooper Kids line. But of course, for all your NECA Ben Cooper needs and all your other NECA needs, hit up Entertainment Earth, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% all in stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And the Ben Cooper kids march on. Unbelievable, this line. I knew it had a little bit of legs, but I didn't know the legs were this long on this one, as we've got a lot of Ben Cooper kids. We've probably unboxed about 15 on the channel so far, and they are coming out so fast and so furious, like a movie, I guess. They got so many of them coming out, this being the latest wave. I think I got about 20 other ones to still unbox, so we'll get to them all eventually on the channel. This is going to be a very cool display. I'm going to have one shelf of all my Ben Cooper kids in that shelf. So that'll look really cool, but boy, they're really getting deep here. Now, I was a kid of the 80s and 90s, not necessarily the 60s and the 70s, more the heyday for this kind of stuff, but I have talked in the past. I did have the striped Gremlins costume when I was like 3 years old, something like that. So it is pretty cool, NECA bringing a lot of these properties together, especially if you owned one of these costumes along the way. Pretty fun to be able to have representation of you as a little kid going trick-or-treating for sure, if you ask me. So there it is. But of course, we're going to dive into this video, and we're going to do it like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're just going to go one by one, kid by kid. That's the way you do it here, especially on Halloween. Not that it's Halloween right now, but we do get a kid right here, and it is the Visible Man. Very interesting here. Of course, we're used to the Invisible Man, but this is the Visible Man here. Little window box there. You get some of those beautiful Ben Cooper mask designing the packaging very here. I love the blue. We've had different color packaging for some of this. This is my favorite ones, I think, as a whole out of all the different colors, but a very, very fun figure. Now, these run about $20 or so, not like a $36 NECA, but it is just a small kid. Reuse from the bodies all over the place, but obviously the costume is going to be different figure to figure, but looking really good in the packaging here. Figure with costume and mask, Ben Cooper, of course, on the side. This is number 29 in the line, so it tells you how many they've made so far. Little checklist action, got the glow-in-the-dark ones down below, but looking good. The old Visible Man, or shouldn't it really be the Visible Kid? Isn't that what this should be here? I don't know. It is what it is. We're going to yank him out. Yeah, we're going to yank him. We're going to yank this kid, and of course, he's got twist ties, because why wouldn't he have twist ties? How about the old up high, see you later, like a young Iceman George Gervin? Yes, the Iceman George Gervin right there, Visible Man. Let's pull him out, see what's going on. Let's get this twist ties out of here first. Of course, even NECA jumping into the twist tie game, as we know. Let's get down to it. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. And then we get the little silica packet. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. All right, Visible Man is here, and he's got the trick-or-treat bag right here. All in black, got a little smiling pumpkin. Looks like something from back in the day, no doubt about it. And then you get down to the Visible Man himself, and it's just a guy in a little suit, or a little guy in a suit. Wild in the head sculpt here. Of course, you got the like clear mask with all kind of like the veins and stuff showing, but he has got some massively coked out eyes going on. I don't know what this kid's been up to. Maybe somebody hid their drugs in the Halloween candy, but really think about that. Now, I've never done drugs. I'm pretty much straight edge my entire life. But remember, there was always a, watch out for razors in the apples and razors in the candy, things like that. They would tell you. And they would say people are putting drugs in the candy too. So be careful for that. But did that really ever happen? Aren't drugs like pretty expensive? And do you really want to give it to some random kid? Wouldn't you want to like do it yourself, or at least for your like friends and stuff? I don't know. But this guy, he's up to something. Maybe he's on a sugar high. He could be, but he's got some crazy, crazy eyes going on right here. Love the mask. Mask is not removable. Got a haircut you can set my grandma's watch to. Almost looks like a young Kyle haircut right there. 2 eyes, nose, mouth, ears. Playing those human kid hits. Quite the outfit here. Kind of feels like a trash bag, kind of that pleatherly plastic going on. Suit is removable. I would never take these off, though. You'll never get them back on. And what do you want? A bunch of naked little kids running around? What are we doing here, folks? But you do get the Visible Man underneath. You get to see all the insides of the body and down to the red shoes going on. Shout out to red shoes everywhere. 2 gripping hands out of the package. It is the Visible Man, or we should call him the Visible Kid, really, here. And he should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Oh, his hole's just not deep enough. He needs to work on that hole game. There we go. Got him in there. Got him in there. So the Visible Man looking pretty good for all things considered. We'll do articulation on one of these guys along the way here. But we'll dive into the next one. It is the Spooky Monster. All monsters that are spooky. I'm here for that. Same packaging design going on. Not a ton of bells and whistles right here, of course, as we know. There is no blurb. There's no history of the costumes, anything like that. But it does got the cross-sell, got the glow-in-the-dark ones as well. All kinds of stuff going on here with these Spooky Monster, or the Spooky Monster Kid. I don't know how we want to call it exactly. But we're diving in. We're diving into this Spooky Monster. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young... Who do we go to? Who do we go to? We're going to go to a young Bill Laimbeer. Yes, Detroit Pistons legend, Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball. Shout out to that game back in the day. Looking good right there. And, of course, Twist Ties once again holding us all down. There it is. There it is. And this one doesn't come with a bag. It comes with a little bucket, a little Halloween bucket. I'm here for that. Nice little Halloween bucket. I think we've seen this before. Reuse, 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 and recycle, hopefully, along the way as well. We know how that goes. Pull that out right there. Come on. Come on. There it is. Up high like a young Spud Webb back in the day. Shout out to Spud. Silica Packet. See you later. Goodbye. Now we get down to the Spooky Monster Girl. So this is an interesting one for a girl to wear, the Spooky Monster here. Most girls I know as a kid would not be wearing this. They're wearing like the witches and maybe angels and fairies and maybe a Disney princess or something. When I was a kid, they were wearing that kind of stuff. I didn't know any girls that were wearing stuff like this, but I'd be into it. I'd be into it for sure. But looking good here. Crazy old man mask. You got the eyeball falling out. You got blood and goop and gnarly teeth and white hair. Looking very cool there in that mask. It does say back from the grave on the shirt, of course. Got the pleather outfit all the way around. Looking good. Down to the purple shoes on her here with the green pants. Those are some electric green pants too, I will say, on this one. But we're going to put her on a stand, see what's going on. See what all the Spooky Monster fuss is about. And oh, these kids, they got to work on their hole game. Very tight holes on these kids. But I guess they're kids after all. They should be tight, I guess. I don't know. But now we're diving into, now we'll go back over this side. We'll dive into the old clown. There's a lot of people scared of clowns out there. I was never scared of a clown. Never. But I didn't have like John Wayne Gacy living by me either. So maybe that was part of it. But very cool clown. My favorite clown of all time. Definitely Bozo the Clown. Somebody get the grand prize game going. I need to reenact that on the show. We need to start doing a grand prize game on this show. We should try that. We'll see what happens. Maybe eventually. But there it is, looking good in the packaging. Same packaging throughout on this one. But obviously, he is the clown. Size 5.5. 5.5 inches is the height on these figures here. For those keeping track at home, once again, get this clown out of the package. Stop clowning around right there. And there it goes right here. And we're going to go up high like a young Fred Hoiberg. Yes, Fred Hoiberg, Cyclone legend, Bulls legend, current Nebraska head coach, a good friend of the channel, the mayor, Fred Hoiberg right there. And there's the old clown right here. And he became a clown when he went to Nebraska. I don't know what he was thinking there. He should have stayed in the Cyclones. But you got to do what you got to do, I guess, if you're Fred Hoiberg. The mayor himself right there. And we got another girl this time with the clown. See you later. Goodbye. And we'll go to another Iowa Stater. We'll go to a young Curtis Stinson. Curtis Stinson. Shout out to Curtis Stinson right there. All right, we got a clown. Yeah, Tears of the Clown. See you later. Goodbye, Silica Packet. We do get the Trick or Treat Happy Halloween bag here, so we're going kind of back and forth of what these guys and gals are getting. Happy Halloween right there, looking good. And then it's a clown, a creepy clown, no doubt. I'm not really scared of clowns, but I don't know if it's supposed to go for jovial or more scares on this one. Looking very interesting. Big face there. Big old teeth going on. Of course, little hat off to the side. Got the red hair like a young Ronald McDonald right there. And then, of course, white face. Always dangerous to dress in white face, of course. You do got the red and blue pants. You got some red and yellow sneakers down here. Very Ronald McDonald-esque. And then you got a creepy clown right there in the front with two big old buck teeth. Somebody get that clown some braces. Looking interesting here on this girl. But once again, I don't see many girls back in this time dressing as a clown. Maybe. Who knows? We're going to put that on the hole. Come on. Oh, there it is. Ringside stand there for the clown girl. The clown girl. getting her show here with the Ben Cooper kids. Now we're diving over to the Wolfman. You know me, I love a hairy bipedal creature. I love a Wolfman, one of my all-time favorite Universal monsters. This almost looks like a young Michael Landon. Of course, I was a teenage werewolf back in the day. I remember checking out that book. Yes, the book at the library back in the day when I was a kid. It was a wild time in the library, let me tell you. Monster books all over the place, maybe. But there it is. Costume shop background. Always cool backgrounds on these, but I don't save the packaging, as you guys do know. See you later. Goodbye up high. Who are we going to this time? Like a young... Detlef Schrempf. Yes, Detlef Schrempf. Pacer legend Detlef Schrempf. That's what we're going to right there. And we got the Wolfman. He's ready to go. He's ready to bite. He's ready to get on the prowl right here. Shout out to the Wolfman, of course. And shout out to Detlef Schrempf, an all-timer, if there ever was one. Now, he does come with, once again, we get this little candy basket right here. It's got a happy, jovial pumpkin on it. Got the black handle looking good. We've seen it before. Obviously, we'll see it again. Pop this bad boy out. There it goes. Got the silica packet. Give it the old side to side right there like a young Reggie Miller. Keeping it Pacers. Keeping it Pacers. Shout out to Reggie Miller, of course. And now we got the Wolfman. This is my favorite one so far right here at the table. Beautiful Wolfman. You got the fur kind of lined into the shirt there. You got the scary Wolfman face on the shirt. You got the creepy hand going on there. You got the green pants. Oh, yellow and black, of course, and the sneakers can only mean one thing. Wolfman rocking with Striper. Yes, it's a true story right there. So looking good. I do like that. But the head is where it really wins me over on this one. Love the Wolfman teeth. Love the Wolfman look. Just really looks like an old-timey Wolfman, and I'm here for that. I like my Wolfman, and I like them old-timey. Unless it's the Dog Soldiers movie. I love that movie too, but love me a Wolfman. Love the looks of this one here. The green really adds to it as well. It looks like you got a black kid back behind the mask looking good. Masks do not come off, as we've said numerous times right here, but looking good. I like this Wolfman a whole lot. I really like this one. This could be the one of the set, if you ask me, especially that big Striper fan right there. Like a young Oz Fox looking good, fitting on the stand as well. And last, but certainly least over here is the Metaluna mutant. Well, not really, but a very cool Universal monster from back in the day. Only in the movie for like 5 minutes, if that, but everybody remembers him from this island Earth and got a Halloween costume out of it as well. Figure with costume and mask, of course, same packaging. Don't need to run through all of it. Once again, we've seen the packaging a million times. Yes, a million times. This one's going to fight me getting out of the package, though. Of course, these mutants, they never want to come out, as we do know. I'll pull it out of here. Oh, come on. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. Looking good right there. Up high. See you later like a young Hakeem Olajuwon. Yes, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. Shout out to Olajuwon right there. And there it is, looking good in the package. Looks like we got another girl going on right here as well. All right, can I pull her out? Oh, she's got the little silica packet going on. Got the trick-or-treat bag. Got to have that, of course. A different trick-or-treat bag here. Got a little witch on there, a little devil, some pumpkins. Trick or treat, pick your poison is what you got to do with her right there. Grab that twist tie. And then, of course, up high. See you later like a young, since it's a female. Let's go to... like a young Cheryl Swoops. Oh, shout out to Cheryl Swoops. Met her many years ago. She told a very fun story. I'll share that story maybe in the future. Maybe. We'll see what happens there. But we got the Metaluna mutant in the face right here. Definitely looking like a mutant if there ever was one. Big old brain at the top looking crazy. Green, yellow, red. Just very, very cool in there. But I do think the pigtails over here and the long hair kind of takes away from the mask. It almost looks like it's supposed to be part of the mask. I wish this... not to say girls are bad or girls or boys bad, whatever. I would have rather had the short-haired kid behind this one. I think it makes the mask stand out more. This kind of messes with my eyes when I see the ponytails in here and the strings and then the long braids. It kind of takes me out of the game. I want to use my Metaluna imagination is what I want to do. But I do like the red outfit here down with the red pants. Got the monster right there on the front looking very cool. It does say the mutant on the front of the shirt as well. Got those nice white and black sneakers down here. Arms do go all the way around for us, if anybody was wondering. Single jointed elbow. You do get a bicep cut on there. Hands back and forth. Head back forth, up and down. A little bit of waist, not a whole lot to write home about. A little bit of splits, not a whole lot to write home about. Do get the leg that goes up right there. Single jointed knee. Little side to side, not much to write home about. Ankles back and forth, not a lot. So obviously these guys aren't Spider-Man. They're just a bunch of kids. They haven't worked on their stretching yet. Maybe they need to sign up for some DDP yoga. Who knows? But they do look good, and they're just going to stand on your shelf holding their trick-or-treat bag, and then they're going to say trick-or-treat is what's going to happen with these kids here. Of course, those no good Ben Cooper kids, as they're known around my area here. But there it is. 5 more Ben Cooper kids for the collection. Are you Ben Coopered out? Going to be interesting to see how deep this line goes. There's other ones on pre-order already. I don't know how many Ben Cooper masks there were, but it literally seems like there's about 1,000. So I guess every one they can get the rights to, they're probably going to make because it's about the money. We got to follow the money. Jesse Ventura told us this once upon a time, and that's what NECA is doing. Tough to be a completist on this one as they keep churning them out pretty fast, but it is a fun little subline here. Great for Halloween displays if you only want to bring them out once a year or year-round like I'm going to do here. So there it is, Ben Cooper kids again. What are your guys' thoughts? These ones a pick up for you. Which is your favorite of the bunch? For me, easily the Wolfman. Like that one the best. That is my favorite, but which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you. Yes, it's true. Over there on Patreon. Patreon, your best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate the support over there. Pro Wrestling Tees. Head over there, search Kyle Peterson, Sir Paul64 the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and of course, now on TikTok. So for those no good Ben Cooper kids, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
We're gonna dance or we're gonna play. We're going to